All right, I am pretty much ready.
All right. I need to restart ClusterTruck because for some reason Twitch integration acts weird.
All right, and I'm
Restart.
assuming I'll be watching the Beam stream.
Yeah, that'll have less delay at least.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm up. What's up, everyone?
Ooh. Oh, hey.
Just getting things set up real quick. Gonna make sure Twitch integration works just fine.
Heck yeah, man. Wait, are we live on the Valuethon stream?
Yeah, we're live on Valuethon stream.
Oh wow, that just goes to show you my level of preparedness. Do you want to do intros then?
Yeah, sure. I'm Ace. I'm gonna be the one running this game.
And I am Purely. I will be the one commentating this game because Ace he loves sharing the attention, man. He's too kind. You know, it's pretty crazy. Like, I think ClusterTruck was one of those games that you've come through and you've like totally slayed the world record. You basically put the sword in its back, a la Excalibur, and then you walked away, and here we are again, months down the line.
Well,
but
I'm hoping to revive the game, but
I wouldn't so much to call it dead, but like, I think this is going to be a really exciting run to finish off the night. Like, I think this is one of my favorite speed runs, run by arguably the best speedrunner in the category. Second best after, I consider myself to be best, of course, without any world records. I mean, I have truck flip.
Truck flip is the best world record, honestly.
It's hard. I still think 40 is impossible. I mean, I'm ready when you are.
All right, I think I'm ready. I'm going to load the level real quick just to make sure Twitch integration is working. If we see votes pop up in chat, it's working.
Awesome. So for those of you who don't,
we're good. So,
okay.
All right, I'm gonna start the countdown.
All right.
So
I'll start going when you.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
So welcome everyone to the shifting sands of ClusterTruck. This is any percent, which in terms of in ClusterTruck terms, any percent just means that you can use any ability you want as opposed to using no abilities. And it's a pretty exciting, category overall. There are quite a few movement tricks. We're already seeing them. The most noteworthy speedrunning trick that you'll.
Hold on, I think.
Yeah,
no, I think the Twitch integration failed. Because doesn't popping up.
Did you turn it back on, Ace?
I did turn it back on. It's showing up on stream. Is it going into my chat still?
I think it.
Be.
Yeah, make sure you have the OAuth key.
I'll copy and paste it again.
Okay.
Well, this just gives me more time to shine. Thanks, Ace.
Yeah, go ahead and keep explaining stuff.
No, I'll save the strats for when they're seen on screen. But I guess a little bit of history about the run. Oh. Abilities. So the primary abilities used in the speedrun are levitation and portable truck. Portable truck allowing for some skips you can activate by bouncing off of the truck that you throw at the wall. And then levitation is just it has great ability value. It saves a whole bunch of momentum when you're flying through the air, and you have the most control over it in comparison to everything else.
Ace, try capitalization in the username.
Okay, I'll try that next.
Capitalize the T.
Yeah. I just restarted. We'll see if that works. I'll go ahead and capitalize the T, though.
Okay.
I hit the enable button. I'm pretty sure I hit the enable button. I definitely hit it because it popped up on stream. It's just not doing the votes for some reason. Like in chat.
While we do this, can I read a quick donation?
Yeah, go ahead.
We have $1.50 from Ghost King, who says, "Here's the money for Kona to buy a bag of Doritos at Californiathon." K Kona. Thank you very much, Ghost King. If I buy a bag of Doritos at Californiathon, I'll be sure to have you sign it.
Dude, that bag, that's the ultimate. Yeah, and it doesn't look like enabled. There you go.
It's not working still.
You didn't click the enable button.
Did I not?
No.
I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, it's
I
working
watched
on
you did now.
Yeah.
You did now, okay.
Yeah.
Did you try restarting the game?
I'll restart the game again.
Jokes on the viewers at home, this is actually all taken into account in the world record. This happens every time you have to speedrun it.
This is part of the time.
Yeah,
How long
no,
it takes
it's
to get set up.
a lot of
Attention
people
integration.
didn't expect it to like work out well, but we developed a huge community around troubleshoot speedrunning. We're frequently utilized in computer science classes, so that when people head into the industry, they can be prepared.
Alright, let's see. Enable it again.
Are you clicking save?
I am clicking save.
Okay.
Because it is saving. Okay, it's still not posting it in chat. What the hell? I'm gonna copy and paste the oath key again.
All right, sounds good.
If it still doesn't work, I'll probably get Boix to generate another OAuth key.
Alright. And I have to reset the game again, because you have to reset the game every time.
So actually, this resetting is setting up for some perfect sequencing later.
Yeah,
The
this
entire
RNG
game runs
manipulation.
on one cycle, and if you don't start at the exact right moment, the entire cycle is ruined. The speedrun is over.
The exact timing is it's exactly 49 frames from whenever you launch the game.
Yeah, and you can always count in you can count fractions of seconds by 3/16, and once you do that all the way up to 49, you'll have the correct RNG seed to continue through your ClusterTruck Any percent run.
Ace, try the one I just sent to you.
Alright, I'll go ahead and copy and paste that.
Man, this kind of reminds me of the Pokemon Emerald run from AGDQ this year. Like I caught like the first 30 minutes of it, and I thought it was so interesting the way they like knew what affected RNG.
It's still not working. I
Uh,
don't know why it's not working.
try running the game as an admin, perhaps. I'm not sure what else can be done. We gotta get this to work, dude.
This is Konasumi, why are you trying to rob people of this incentive money? I mean, worst comes to worst, it can be like a randomization run, I guess, I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
worst comes to worst, it would just be...
It says
Random.
insert Twitch username in lowercase, perhaps uncapitalizing the T in the boy KS would work.
Maybe. I'll try that.
Yeah,
I mean-
try that.
It's a long shot. Oh man, what is this? Oh my god. I think my favorite thing about speedrunning marathons is that they always get the hookup with Franker faces.
Oh yeah,
then
everyone
they're
gets
always-
my emotes right now, along with
Yeah.
the stream's emotes.
It's pretty cool. I think the speedrunning community like makes the most out of Twitch, I would say. Obviously I'm biased because I like speedruns. I've been watching speedruns for a long time. But I think that speedrunning streamers are like top tier. So shouts out to everyone here.
Hey, it works!
Hey, it works.
Yeah, we did it!
We did it!
Yay.
Right. All
Alright.
part of the plan. Anyways, so in order to punish us for these technical difficulties,
Let's go ahead
You
and
wanna
start
vote?
the stream. Wait, what?
you wanna
Oh yeah, just go
wanna
ahead
vote
and...
for-
I'm gonna go ahead and vote double crap. As a punishment
yeah,
to myself.
vote double grab if you want to ruin Ace's life. Maybe you've seen him speedrunning games for a long time and you just want to see him take
Alright.
as much time as he needs. I mean, we're the final show of the evening, so I hope you got like your pajamas ready, some nice comfy socks.
Okay, Boix, can you restart the stream timer quickly, and then
Yeah,
go ahead and
ready.
call time when you're ready.
Alright. So, do I need to wait a little bit, or...?
You can if you'd like.
Alright, well, I'll just start then. 3, 2, 1, go.
And hello, welcome to the first time on stream, ClusterTruck Any percent. So we're starting off in the desert, and the desert is a pretty straightforward place. Wait, have you actually? Okay, I just realized how far behind the beam stream is. So my commentary might line up a little odd at times, but so yeah, the desert, it's pretty straightforward, a lot of straight lines, and it just kind of is there to get you to get acclimated to the environment of ClusterTruck. For those of you who don't know, ClusterTruck is a game in which there are a bunch of AI truck drivers. You know, this is basically Elon Musk's future. You know, he wants to create an entire army of trucks that can drive themselves, and then he's going to make humans jump on them for entertainment. And in ClusterTruck, you are one of those humans, and so you got to navigate these trucks, which have different, like, they react differently to the physics every time. So, excuse me. Oh, wow. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever done on stream. You're all welcome. And so every single time you play a level, the physics will be moderately different. There are certain trends that you can come to expect, and strategies that have been developed to make the game more consistent. And Ace is our resident consistency expert, and we're going to see this game broken. And it looks like double gravity will be the first modifier we see. So we did get the any percent, the Twitch percent incentive, and so basically people in the audience can vote on the different modifiers that Ace will have to play with. And some of the modifiers, I think it's not even an exaggeration to say that it makes some levels pretty much impossible. I thought you definitely weren't going to be able to complete 1-9, but it just goes to show you can't keep a good speedrunner down. And so going into level 10, we have these nice little rotating things. That level was changed a little bit, but it's one of the few levels that like remained from the original alpha. A little bit of ClusterTruck speedrunning history for you guys. The alpha was incredibly active in terms of speedrunners. I think it got like 50 or 60, I want to say.
There's close to 100 players, if not over.
Oh, really?
On speedrun.com.
Oh yeah, it was like a a little 10 level affair, and over time a lot of the levels got changed or removed entirely. But those little rotating things are a brief glimpse from the early development. But yeah, so moving on. Oh geez, it's coming again. Sorry, I'm a little sick. We have the forest. The forest is a very aesthetically pleasing level with a few more obstacles thrown in there. Still pretty trivial for most speedrunners to surpass. A lot of it is just expertly using your levitation, like you're seeing Ace doing right now. If you tap out your levitation while you're hanging out in midair, then you like preserve your momentum quite nicely, and it's easier to predict where you're going to land. And you can also use it to sort of cheese out the end of levels like we just saw. And so levitation is an incredibly important strategy in any percentages.
I forgot something. It's been a while since you've seen this game run, but we actually have a portable truck boost in Forest now that I just did.
Oh, we have a portable truck boost. Wow, okay, well, there you go. So for those of you who don't know, wow, that is impressive. Yeah, it has been a while. For those of you who don't know, basically there is this ability called portable truck, and you could throw it down, and in its early infancy you could use it to skip entire levels because you could bounce off of it when it bounces on the ground. But now we've reached the point where it's super bouncy when it hits walls for whatever reason that we don't understand, perhaps to prevent it from getting trapped in the ground, which is what caused the previous skip. But now you can see Ace's brilliant mind throw it against walls at various points throughout the run, and then he has to line it up in like pretty much, I would argue, pixel perfect way. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be pixel perfect exactly, but you have to line up your shot quite accurately and then bounce yourself. It's quite difficult. Thank you to the man Konosumi himself from MinMax. It is a modifier that can be pretty frustrating and actually has allowed him to complete this level. But for the way MinMax works is it forces you to constantly move forward at a set interval, and it also forces you to use your ability whenever you physically can use your ability. And so right now, ooh, we saw...
And jump, by the way.
Yeah,
it also
and
forces you to jump constantly.
Yeah, at every possible frame where you can jump, you are forced to jump. So, although that was unfortunate, got clipped by the rotating mill. Oh, that's a beautiful follow animation.
Oh, is it my following this up on stream?
Is it a Yugi mask? Is that you?
That's not me. That's not me.
Okay, who's the Yugi cosplayer that you're so?
Shoutouts to Pear Strike for being my follow animation that I forgot to disable.
So I guess the heart of the cards is in this run. I mean, I can't wait for the Karibo to show up and prevent you from choking on a skip. It'll be pretty nice. So MinMax is going to make the skip on this level pretty frustrating. A little bit more ClusterTruck history for you. This level went through like, I don't know, I'd say like 5 or 6 changes, and the skip primarily has stayed the same since the very beginning. Pretty interesting there, and what you're seeing right now is basically a lot of the skips in ClusterTruck Any % abuse the way the level complete zone works. Basically, it's just a giant square, and when you touch one aspect of the square, you complete the level. So there are certain spots, like on 3-5, where the box extends outside of the box to win extends outside of the physical box, so you can cheese a little victory there.
And I should point out, like, that skip is basically the definition of pixel perfect. There is a single pixel, basically, that's sticking outside of that win box.
And it's very difficult to decipher where that pixel is. So congrats on getting it so quickly. We see 3-9, a level that reminds me quite a bit of Majora's Mask, and the degenerate truck boost skip. I mean, I'm trying to imagine if like Link in Majora's Mask had a, you know, I don't know, like a truck boost that you could just use to get up to the top. That's not relevant. We're playing ClusterTruck, first-person platforming. Let's do it. So Tundra was just complete, and we're moving on to the Laser World. The Laser World is quite a difficult world. There's quite a bit of sequencing, not sequencing. I can't think of the word right now.
Cycles.
But there are a lot of cycles in the Laser World. But if you, so unfortunately, not able to complete this level before Inverted went on, and I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like. It swaps your left and right mouse movement controls. So when you look right, you move left, or looking right makes you look left, etc. So it's quite the difficult. It's quite the difficult modifier, but it is quite easily avoided by moving in a straight line. I can't get enough of this, like, heart of the cards, man. Terra-Strike has the moves. It's enticing, man. That's now I need to see. Ooh, that's excellent. So one strategy you're seeing Ace of Spades use quite a bit. Oh, that was excellent segue. Thank you. You're perfect, man. So if you jump off of the side or the backs of trucks, you can get an extra. Whoa, that was fun. You can get an extra height boost and an extra speed boost, and we call that truck boosting. Which is different from portable truck boosting. I know, it's quite the complicated terminology. And so you can use this to get extra height. You use that to skip over a lot of obstacles much more safely. And another trick that you're seeing Ace utilizing quite a bit is late jumping, where there's like a fourth of a second after you run off of a truck or any object that doesn't kill you, that you can still jump. And so you kind of pick up a little bit of extra speed in that 0.25 seconds. And that skip every time makes me clench in ways I didn't even know I could clench.
The 4-5 skip?
Yeah, that one.
Dubbed the laser anus skip?
Yeah, the laser anus is, you know, it's very Resident Evil 4-esque, honestly. But yeah, so between late jumping and truck boosting, you can gain a whole bunch of speed and control the height and length of your jumps quite a bit. And so those strategies are pretty essential to the any % run. Especially, and now more so, the portable
I'm making some
truck
mistakes over here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the I think the ticking countdown of the Twitch voting. It creates like a dread that just inevitably causes some mistakes to happen in any run. But thankfully, Fat Trucks looks like it will be up next. Fat Trucks just give us the thick trucks that we always knew we wanted, but were never necessarily able to get our hands on. And so here we have the 4-9 portable truck boost skip. Very, very difficult. This one, arguably pixel perfect as well as frame perfect, because you know you got the momentum of the the fall. So you know, understanding physics is pretty helpful. I actually got a degree in physics just to be able to speedrun the game, because you know these are predictions. This is like, you know, Google could create an AI and it couldn't handle the physics calculations that these trucks are doing. But I mean, that's just the power of Swedish development, right? So ClusterTruck is one of a kind, you could say. But anyways, we have the final monolithic laser world, which transitions us into the medieval world, which features a whole bunch of thick trucks and a whole bunch of thick traps. This world is full of obstacles that will require some quick thinking, but an alternative to quick thinking that you could just bust out is to just go faster than the trucks can even begin to activate in a level, which is par for the course with the sideways pushing traps. But those meat mallets, swing a little prematurely. So, anyways, moving forward, Fat Trucks actually makes this world more difficult, interestingly enough, just because if Fat Trucks are still active, by the time we get to any level where you got to rely on them being forced up, then you're in for a rough time. But we hit level 5-6 and we get the flamethrowers. Fire is always good to avoid, but instead of avoiding the fire, you can always go to the source, of the fire, which is another strategy used in ClusterTruck speedrunning, which is the like prop jumping. Whoa! What a comeback! What a hero!
I messed up one of the skips on 5-7, but I was able to recover it.
That was, oh my gosh, that was so cool. But I mean, of course, I expect nothing left from the master. And here we're seeing some more showcase of prop jumping. So before, like long ago in the alpha, there were like these cactuses in the desert world that you could jump on, and that's sort of like where the bulk of prop jumping was like trained and developed. But that's sort of been left over in the game where certain objects that aren't like necessarily meant to kill you lethally if you jump on them, such as destructible rock walls or traps, you can use them as a platform to get some safety on, which is pretty nice if you're willing to keep up with the flow, because they kill momentum quite a bit. But moving forward, got some more portable truck boosts. Quite difficult. You know, it's like basically like the discount version of rocket jumping, if you will. And moving on into the ruins world, which, you know, ruins, medieval world, big difference. I hear you, but really, the ruins, I mean, this is like Shadow of the Colossus tier, you know, art design, artwork. You know, you get the freaking, you know, you get the long pillars. I mean, that's the only aesthetic from Shadows of the Colossus I can remember. They're like long pillars in grass. But this world is pretty cool. This pretty difficult, and this is where things get a little funky. But it sounds like, you know, perhaps instead of hearing about the funkiness, we got some time to list off the funkiness later in the run. How about we hear some donations?
All right, we have one donation from the certified gamer himself, Nays Pivus.
Whoa!
Dude, hype.
With $50, who says, "Quack."
Well, quack right back at you, man. Thank you.
Thank you for your donation, Nays. Now back to the run.
All right, well, with those inspiring duck sounds behind us, so the thing about the Ruins world and Onward and ClusterTruck is that this is where the levels start becoming pretty long, so deaths actually have quite a bit of weight associated with them, and so that's where bouncy trucks come in handy. I'm sure you've noticed over the past like minute or so that you know, there's been some extra height. This is really good in conjunction with Levitate. Allows you to get all that extra safety space.
I like am not a fan of bouncy trucks because like
Really?
they do force you to move a lot slower because you can't do late jumps.
Oh, that is very true. So, I mean, I guess that just goes to show you, I'm like that suburban mom. I'm like, make sure you're wearing your helmet and like 8 layers of pads. Like when you're doing your speed run, you wouldn't want to die and lose all that time. Whereas, I guess, you know, that's not a world record attitude, really. We get Tilt-A-Whirl. And Tilt-A-Whirl is one of those levels that, like, it really showcases how, like, good the physics are, I suppose. Because if you're jumping off of something and then you're, like, moving uphill, you're so used to, like, moving along a flat plane that it can cost you some lives there. And so we just finished off level 6-9 without the ability to, you know, take some time to appreciate it, but isn't that the curse of 6-9 every time? Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo. Anyways, we skip the Indiana Jones level and we move on to the sci-fi world. Sci-fi world, I think, has arguably some of the longest levels, just in terms of length. But if you know how to space your levitate accordingly, it's not too dangerous.
It's actually some fancy new skips, like made within the last like month that make this level a lot harder than it used to be. That's for sure.
Really, I'm excited to see them. Unfortunately, I should have done my research. I'll be honest, I thought the strats hadn't necessarily evolved all that much. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research. Thank you, Salty Pickle.
Taskanaz has been doing some work, looking for portable truck boosts and stuff.
Taskanaz, I gotta say, he's a hero, man. He's like the silent guardian of speedruns. He's a really nice guy. Yeah, so shouts out to Taskanaz. I mean, if you're familiar with the ClusterTruck speedrunning community. So I'm excited to see what portable truck boosts have been added to the game. And speaking of exciting things, we get the wall of rocket launchers. It's a pretty interesting infrastructure design decision, but I'm not gonna, these people who live in the futuristic society, I mean, they have to be smarter than us considering they have better technology. So although I don't understand why you need a wall of launchers launching trucks, I mean, I guess I did call them out like that, so I said I wouldn't, but then I did. So I guess no apologies to the futuristic people in this cluster truck land. There's no love. But yeah, so we're seeing quite a bit of utilizing the momentum. So I guess just in terms of filler conversation, there was this one strategy in cluster truck speedrunning that was patched out. So basically, before late jumping was as refined as it is now, there was no time limit, I think, on when you could jump after you ran off of something. And so what people would do is they would run off of trucks, and you could hold your momentum by running off of a truck that was about to fall off of like a ledge, and you just keep on like moving forward without jumping, and you would start building up like an insane amount of speed. Like it had to be like exponential or something. Just because you would pick up so much speed, you would just start flying through the level. And so the devs patched it out because they said it was boring. But I think they were just worried that we were going to find the next like source of speed that was greater than the speed of light. Because you know how selfish those Swedish game developers can be. We're seeing some cool airtime tracker ticker shaking. That's an alliteration that will destroy your larynx. And we get yet another sci-fi level that is, if your eyes aren't trained to follow moving objects, this could give you what? Man, you were like
I was so close that first time.
You were like one of those, when the birds are hunting fish and they're kind of like flying above a body of water and then they just glide in at the perfect angle? You were like that, except instead of catching your fish, you crashed.
No, I want to say something real quick, which is I am so glad that Laser Trucks was voted because I really wanted to show off this stupid cheese strat that I can do on 710, which is I'm standing on top of the launcher thing, or the fan, and I still missed the truck, or the gold truck somehow.
This level is so... What? How did you guys find this? This is so helpful. It's a good thing that they're not going to patch this game anymore. Oh, okay.
I was like launched weirdly.
Oh, no. Oh, is he going to do it? Oh,
nah,
you got sliced in half, man. You were given a root canal by that truck, unfortunately. I think my favorite modifier ever is laser trucks, just because it makes every level, like the aesthetic of it is just improved. I remember I actually completed the final level with laser trucks on, and it looked beautiful because of the nature of the final level, which we will get to eventually, considering this is a speed run, and not like every level except the final boss run, which would be interesting. I don't know who would run that, but I'm sure someone out there would.
Oh, yeah, so Steampunk, by the way, portable truck boost the world, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, there's no better showcase than on the first level too, 8-1, and you get Mr. Cole level. There is, if you take some time to look, if you're not like a in the know speedrunner, there is another red flag there that says Cole on it instead of goal. It's a very easy mistake to make. And so, moving on though, we get 8-3. We get the blimp level. This is just a blimp. That's about it. And so this is sort of like where the most challenging element of the speedrun comes in. I think. Excuse me. I think it's commonly accepted that Steampunk is the most difficult world in terms of just consistency and landing the tricks. But when you land them, it looks damn good. So
I agree.
We get moving on. You just flying through these levels. I'm trying to think of something interesting to say for Steampunk. I think it's kind of interesting how these people develop apartment complexes floating in like the middle of nothingness. You think it'd get like a little lonely with only like 10 neighbors, but maybe this is like a really like eldritch world, and like all your neighbors are just like weirdos who like worship some awful entity from another realm. Who knows?
I mean, there's not much truck demon, obviously.
That yeah. Say spoiler alert, man. People were about to find out.
My bad.
You know, no, I'm gonna only burn you at the stake for that one. Nothing too crazy. But I think this is the most exciting level in the steampunk world. Not only do you get these like weird neo-futuristic like why are the Tesla bull things? Why do they have loops around them? Like it looks like some weird like fashion statement in a cyberpunk game. But time is of the essence, as exploding trucks is the picked variant for Ace right now, and exploding trucks obviously turning the game into hot potato. Making things. I mean, overall, when you're doing when you're doing portable truck skips like this, hot potato isn't much of a concern. So you know you can just glide it out. I think in some ways, ClusterTruck is like it's one of those speed runs where it's high octane, high intensity. You're always moving, but like when you finally get to the points in the speed run where you can glide it out, man, the game it's really relaxing in a way. But we move on to the hell world. So yes. There is only one thing you can do when trucks are going crazy everywhere, and you gotta hunt down the source. And who would send trucks insane other than the truck demon himself? I don't think there was ever an anagram for truck that people came up with for his name. I kind of wanted like Sate Truck, like Satan, but truck. It's a little low effort. Goes to show you how little I prepared. But you know, you gotta like brave this popcorn level. You gotta brave lava, you gotta brave volcanoes in the distance, all so that you can stare this demon in the face, this devil himself. And because the ending of the game comes up so quickly, I'm going to explain to all of you potential demon hunters out there how you would slay this beast if time was of the essence. So what you gotta do is, although you've been levitating for the entire game, you gotta switch over to your trusty grappling hook, because there's nothing, you know, more prepared to take on the horrors of the world than some nice steampunk styled technology. So you get your grappling hook, and on the final boss level, the demon has a rather phallic shaped flamethrower sitting around his waist level. And what you gotta do is you gotta jump over to this flamethrower, and you're gonna throw a truck down on it. You're gonna land on the truck. Then you're gonna look at the devil, and then you're gonna like grappling hook up to his arm, and this is gonna send you to the top of his head. And then you throw another portable truck on his weak spot, a button. You know, eldritch monsters always have one weakness that humanity can never comprehend, and this time around it's a button. You know, why would a monster have a weak point that all you have to do is touch it to kill it? I don't know, but that's what makes it Lovecraftian. And so you climb up to the top of it, you throw a portable truck on it, and you use a truck to bring an end to the demon himself. And just a little bit of a shout out to 097. This is arguably one of the most challenging levels in the game, just because you actually have to move uphill pretty consistently, which isn't something the game has you do very often, and the jagged terrain makes the trucks react in ways that are difficult to predict. Very challenging level, but an excellent truck boost to seal out that safety win. And we also get you know, the Dark Souls reference that everyone needed, made infinitely more difficult by the earthquake going on. Who would have thought that ClusterTruck would take place in California? No disrespect meant to California. I love you. But yeah, no. So 9-8 being the level that is before the penultimate level, which obviously, as we all know, comes before the ultimate level. This one, you know, although you know earthquakes were definitely in the news, LA should also continue watching out for unprecedented truck storms. I begin they're starting at 8:21 Pacific Standard Time, and it seems like they're already beginning. Trucks falling from the sky, but you know what? It's hardly the most interesting thing we've seen so far. But
now is the part where I swap out to get my grappling hook and skip the entire like and challenging boss fight.
Yeah, you know, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the final boss for ClusterTruck, it's basically in this like circular arena, and you gotta go up the circle to get to the boss, so you can climb up the boss, so you can hit the button on his head. You gotta do that twice now. But you know, obviously
by the way, I died by accident, but I did beat the boss.
Very nice. And so that was ClusterTruck. This was a really good run. I mean, this was Twitch integrated like 25-ish minutes. That's like really good.
Was it only 25 minutes? It felt longer than that. I thought I was doing worse.
I mean, I'm looking on the stream. I don't know when time was officially called, but it looks like it was 25:25.
Oh, nice.
For those of you who don't know, the reason we called it is because when the truck lands on its head, it hits the button twice, and you're just sent to the credits. So if you get to the point where you can throw the truck and it lands on the button, you've completed the run. So and a Twitch integrated run is already not going to be like an official time you can record. So excellent run, Ace, man. That was awesome to watch.
Thank you. Thank you. Like, thank you so much for the commentary.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the credits up on screen, so give me a second.
Yeah, no worries. No problem, man. That was my pleasure.
Yo, can you guys stay on for a bit? We're gonna do an outro before we call it for tonight.
Yeah, I can stay on.
Oh, heck yeah.
While we wait for the rest of the guys to get in here, I have a quick donation to read from D Butters with $2 who says, "Gotta get that," in all caps.
That is an inside joke. I know D Butters in real life.
Is that like Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah, it is Black Eyed Peas. The actual joke behind it is the inside joke, but it is Black Eyed Peas.
Man. Thanks for having me on Valuethon, man. This has been
no problem.
It's been pretty awesome. And shouts out. Yeah, no, and shouts out to Konosumi. Shouts out to all the mods, the people helping organize this. You guys are freaking heroes, man. I'm sad. I saw you guys had the freaking all those like speedrunning tournaments at GDQ this year. That looks sweet.
We had an initial D tournament in the arcade room, which is pretty fun.
That was so fun. The initial
awesome.
D tournament was so good.
That was such a fun night.
Man, yeah, this is cool. Ace, is your name in the credits?
No, my name isn't in the credits.
Oh my, you got robbed. I mean, my name is in the credits twice. So I'm twice as good as anyone else in the community.
Well, thank you so much for the run, by the way. That was awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We still have a whole other day tomorrow planned with another 13-ish hours of speedruns. So if you're interested in checking out more, want to help out Kona here, as well as Spiriax if we reach that goal, go ahead and stop on by. We're going to be opening up tomorrow morning with Shantae, Half Genie Hero, with a glitchless any % run. So make sure to check that out. And I think that's going to be it for today. We did a really good job today and a really fun stream. So
do you mind if I say a few things?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm Konosumi, by the way. For those who don't know, I am the main person this marathon is financially benefiting. And I want to thank everybody who's donated so far for this. I am blown away by the amount of support today. And this will definitely help get me to Californiathon. And like Blake said, we have another day going on tomorrow. So if you'd like to contribute, there is a donate button below the stream, and that will go towards my travel expenses for Californiathon. And if we get over $500, all the excess will go towards Spiriax, who will be attending RPG Limit Break. So be sure to help him out as well. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I love you all.
We love you.
We love you too, dude.
Cool. We'll see all.
Also, I'm Chops, and I'm also here, and I have control. Thanks, guys. See you all tomorrow.